Guys, I think I'm coming back to YouTube. Welcome to my channel if you are new here and you've clicked on this video. My name is Alice. I usually post fashion, lifestyle and manifestation content on this channel, but I have been very quiet for the past month or so, maybe even nearly 2 months now. So I thought it would be a really good opportunity to sit down, catch up with you all. I asked some questions over on Instagram. I've got them on my phone. I thought it would be a really good opportunity to catch up on just a variation of things really and answer some of your questions. I've not been sharing as much as I usually would on social media as well, so I've been very quiet. I've been focusing a lot on work and just kind of getting my work and life balance together, whilst also maintaining the new and improved social life that we've got going on. So I thought I would compile together your questions and answer them for you. So if you're new here, hi and welcome. I really hope you guys stick around and click that subscribe button. I really want to get back on to creating regular content for you guys, but I would really appreciate you joining me on this journey. Make sure you click that subscribe button and like this video if you're enjoying it so far. I feel like at the moment I've been really bad at just keeping you guys in the loop, letting you know what's been going on, where I've been. I think in a nutshell, photography has really taken up my time, taking on new clients and kind of branching out and developing my skill set with like new work and new opportunities. So I've been really focused on that and been very busy, just kind of getting things ironed out and just saying yes to everything really. Like I'm such a yes person when it comes to opportunities. I don't like to let things pass me by. So as of late, I've just been saying yes to pretty much everything, even if that does mean that I'm not necessarily doing things at 100% capacity. I know that's bad to do, but I've had this real fear of what if this opportunity never presents itself again. And because of the pandemic and seeing the opportunities that I said yes to pre-pandemic, I'm so glad I said yes to those things. So it's kind of like case in point. It's proved that what I'm doing is essential to what I want to achieve and where I want to be. So I really think that saying yes for me at the moment is working. Even though my workload is somewhat overloaded, I don't want to say no. And yeah, that could lead to burnout. It could lead to more detrimental effects in the future, but for right now it's working for me and I'm just thriving and enjoying it. And I think the beauty of what I do, in particular the journalism side of things, I work so well under pressure and I hate myself for it. I think university and just school in general geared me up for coping well under pressure, but for some reason when I'm more stressed and I have more of a workload, I get things done so much quicker, so much better. I work and I just power through. So yeah, it's been a real adjustment getting back into the swing of things. Like even though lockdown ended ages ago, like the beginning of this year, when did it end actually? February or March? I can't really remember. Like this is what I mean, it's like a brain fog. Ever since we were released essentially back into the wild, it's been a real whirlwind, and I'm sure you guys can relate in that it's very overwhelming. It's sensory overload. We're kind of getting ourselves back used to things. I feel like the months have just flown by. I can't believe it's September next month. Like it's crazy. I've been doing this YouTube channel now for a year, and I kind of started it on the premise of capturing more moments and memories, in particular on my vlog channel as well. But yeah, this past year has just flown by, even though we've had those real long periods at home. This patch of time right now feels like it's going at 120 miles an hour. And I guess that's because I'm saying yes to everything and just taking on lots of workload. So that wasn't kind of one of the questions, but I thought I would just preface with that because it makes a lot of sense as to why like people have asked certain things in this Q&A. So I've got the questions I asked over on Instagram, so if you do want to get involved in a Q&A next time, I will pop my Instagram right here. Please do give it a follow. I would absolutely love you to join me over on my Instagram as well. Like I'm really hoping to up my game and just be posting more, but at the moment it's just all up in the air. So I've got my questions. Let's start with the more general ones. The first one I've got is, what are you enjoying most in your work life right now? And I think it's the flexibility and that no day is the same opportunities literally come out of the blue, really, really fast turnaround, and it's like, can I take this job on? Is this gonna work for me? Okay, yes, I'm gonna do it. And it's the most exciting feeling. Like, I've had a lot of incredible opportunities present themselves in the last couple of months. I got to work with Dorothy Perkins, so for me that was a real pinch me moment because I worked for them. They were my very first job in my teens, so it was very full circle. I've had lots of full circle moments right now, but I think for me, flexibility and just being in control of my everyday, that is what really gets me going, and it's what has been kind of making me thrive as of late. The next question is, any exciting plans coming up in life or work? So I think I kind of touched on it briefly in my sort of intro, but for me, the nature of the job is the spontaneity. Now, I never used to be a spontaneous person, but it's really become something that I'm accustomed to and can appreciate, and I really enjoy the kind of quick turnaround that is, can you go here, can you write about this, can you take photos of this? It's like, oh my gosh, okay, let's make this happen. And I think that's what I'm really enjoying about plans. Plans are so out of the blue, and because of COVID and the pandemic as well, it's also this idea that we can't really make real long-term plans, and I'm a long-term planner, I'm not gonna lie. I love my 5-year, 10-year plans, I love my year plans, I do goals lists weekly, so not being able to really fully plan has been hard, but I've also really enjoyed just going with the flow, embracing what life is presenting for me, and just saying yes when I can. At the moment, I don't have any major plans, but I have had some really amazing opportunities to review restaurants and go on like little press days. I had a press day to the Newt in Somerset. I have never been there before, and it was just fantastic. It was nice to see something on my doorstep as well. I actually did vlog the trip, so I'll pop that in the suggested for you guys to check out if you want to, but I highly recommend the Newt. They also have a hotel as well, so really recommend that if you're looking for a staycation or a day trip. There's lots to do there. So the next question that I have is, oh my gosh, how are you balancing life and working out? I need a better routine. Girl, oh my goodness, I feel you on a level. I'm not gonna lie, the last sort of month or so, I have been so off the wagon. I've been drinking again. I've been sort of eating and dining out a lot. You guys probably have seen from my Instagram stories. If it's not a review, it's a weekend in London. I've been doing so many London like weekends. I've been dining out, drinking a lot, in comparison to sort of lockdown when I wasn't drinking anything. I was completely off alcohol. But I've just been enjoying it and drinking if I want to have a drink. It's not like I'm like relying on it or anything. It's just that those things do take it out of you. So if you've had like a heavy night, you're less inclined to want to work out the next day. You won't train as hard. And I've just found that my routine has really shifted since focusing a lot of my attention onto my photography. I'm kind of taking early jobs. I'm not able, or I'm feeling really tired after a long day. I'm not really feeling the gym. So my typical routine is like 5 days a week at the gym or running, and I kind of work in between those. But I think the best way to work out and also work is to filter it in your routine in the best way possible, plan it out. My gym actually had this thing where you could pre-book the sessions, and if you didn't turn up, they would fine you, which I know it's really bad, and it's not fun to be fined, but actually it would hold me accountable so well. And since they've taken that away because of the ease of restrictions and things, I've found I've been less motivated at the gym. So I don't know, I feel like I want them to bring it back, because you'd book in a gym session and it was like, right, okay, I have to show up at this time, get my workout done, and I have to leave. And it was really motivating. So I think I just need to be more accountable and just on it a bit more and focused. But I really recommend you switch up your workouts. Don't get too comfortable, don't do the same thing. I've actually recently been trying the Pilates class, which is a class by Jackie Kingswell. I was really lucky. I got to interview a certain somebody who is associated with Jackie, and they very kindly gifted me the Pilates class to try out, and it's been incredible. If you're like me and you enjoy class as well, what I tend to do is use it either on my laptop or on my phone, and I tune into the app, and it's just these really amazing curated workouts that I just love. They're fantastic and they're so easy to follow, but they're really hard at the same time. So if you like Pilates and you like reformer Pilates or bar, you're gonna love this app slash site, because it is a website as well. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I think just try new things. Don't get too caught up in I have to work out for this length of time. Do a workout that feels sufficient to you, and just get your body moving and you'll feel so much better. The next question that I have is recommendations for good places to eat in London. I need some new places to try. Okay, I've been trying a lot of restaurants lately. I've been reviewing lots. I've also just been going out for dinner. I think top 2 recommendations just quickly off the bat, just to keep this short and sweet, is a restaurant called Huao. I believe is the name. I'll pop it on screen. I'll pop their Instagram on screen. Essentially, it's an Asian restaurant in Chelsea. It's amazing. Food was fantastic. They had amazing vegan options, so I really am restricting my sort of intake of everything. I have had a couple of bits of fish here and there. Like, I skipped to pescatarian basically when I've had a bit to drink. Like, I had an oyster on my birthday. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I kind of fancied an oyster. I had it and like it was amazing, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need to eat fish and meat, blah blah blah. I haven't touched meat since January, actually, so veganuary, when I started that journey, and I've just not missed it at all. But what was I saying? Huao. I hope that's how you pronounce the name of the restaurant, but fantastic food, really great service, really cute little spot just off. It's like a bit of a side street really, so it's quite nice in the summer. They have like tables outside. I sat al fresco. So just off the top of my head, some dishes that I would recommend: the Thai red curry, the spring rolls, the vegetable spring rolls, OMG, incredible. And then they had this Asian cucumber salad which had aubergine and miso. Oh my god, it was fantastic. And then for dessert they had these like battered bananas. Oh my god, they were so good. They were like all sticky. Yeah, basically the most incredible Asian food. I don't really tend to steer towards Asian food if I'm going out for food, but that was a fantastic restaurant. And then for something fancier and a bit more of a to-do, hands down, it's got to be Quaglino's. You've got the food, you've got the music, you've got the ambiance. Like, it's such a vibe. You want to dress up. It's very 1920s. You walk down these beautiful like golden stairs and you feel like you're in The Great Gatsby. It's just fantastic. And I actually had my birthday there with Luke and we had the most fantastic meal. They've got vegan options as well, so it's really versatile for that, but I just loved it. And it's just one of my favorite places to go. Like, if you enjoy music and like a jazz band, and oh my gosh, I want to go back already. But yeah, I highly recommend those two. The next question I received is it harder to stay productive being self-employed, or are you finding you work more hours than a normal job? Gonna be honest, I definitely work more hours than a normal job, but I don't work hours, if that makes any sense. So sometimes I'll start my day at like 9-10 o'clock because I've done the gym, I've had breakfast, and then I've started my day. So it's not like a traditional like 8 till 5 or 9 till 5 job. But I do find I work super late at night. I work on weekends. I'm filming this on a weekend, so I do have days where it's not like your usual work life balance. But I do think it is a little bit harder to stay productive and motivated when you're in that kind of routine. I think for me, setting aside a Sunday like afternoon just to sit with all the things that have been accumulating over the week, things that you haven't tackled, small tasks like home tasks, things like that, and just have like a power afternoon smashing out like work and just getting yourself ready for the Monday. I really like to feel like I've done a bit of work on the Sunday. I know it's not particularly healthy, but I love a productive Sunday over a loungy, lazy Sunday. I'd rather be lazy on the Saturday and then just get my head in the game for Sunday as well. So that would be my advice. And then dedicate some time to a really structured power list, like your main goals for the week, any really big things that you need to remember to do, and then maybe like a nitty gritty, like small things, like doctor's appointments or appointments coming up, or things like that. If you've got extra admin, like put that somewhere separate and you'll feel really productive ticking off those smaller tasks as well. So the next question that I have is, how did you learn to shoot photography? I want to take better photos. So since posting more about my photography page on my main page, I've received a lot of messages about people who not necessarily want to be a photographer but just want to learn how to take better photos. And I just want to say this right now, you do not need fancy equipment to achieve great shots. You need some equipment, I agree, and depending on the types of photos you want to take, you will need to invest, but you don't have to have a camera to take photos. If you're taking photos for personal memories or just to have nicer things to put on your Instagram, just make sure you've got a phone that shoots well. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm on the tail end of my contract with a Samsung phone and I'm ready to upgrade and get myself something fresh and new. But just having a camera that works is all you really need. Editing tips, I would say if you can invest in Lightroom, it's fantastic. You can buy people's presets, but you can also make your own. So just having like a cohesive edit on your pictures will really improve the kind of overall look if you're looking to develop on Instagram or a social media platform. I think the key things really are lighting, avoid blue light or anything too dark, because you will find it harder to edit the image, and blue light is just such a pain to control. Shoot natural light if you can. Have a clean lens, guys. Oh my goodness, the amount of times I've seen people shooting on cameras or phones that are just all smudged and don't have a clean lens. Like, clean the lens, super easy. And if you're taking photos for yourself, invest in a little tripod like the one that I've got right now. I have linked below and it's fantastic. It's got a little timer button, so if you're looking to take photos by yourself in a more professional way, then get yourself a tripod. It honestly changes the game for selfies and like self-timed shots. My next question is, what were you doing in Rhodes if it was for work? Just curious. So I did actually share my stories that my recent trip to Rhodes was work related, and I was actually there as part of the Iconic Vision team. It was honestly the most incredible trip and I learned a lot about shooting abroad, shooting brands as well. So we were shooting all male brands out there. We had 2 models, we had Brad and Harry. I'll pop some pictures on screen right now for you guys just to see the types of shots and photography that we were taking. But we were working with some incredible menswear brands and it was just a really great opportunity to understand and work as a team abroad. I think when you're working in a team in the UK, it's a totally different experience to working abroad. There's lots of things to consider. There's things to pack and just have with you. Obviously traveling as well, like we were traveling to another country. We had to have documents, we had to do our tests and everything. But it was the most incredible experience and I got lots and lots of photography shot out there. The next question that I have is, would you ever move out of your area like London? This is a really hard one. I don't think I would move to London necessarily. I'm not going to rule it out and say, no, I'll never live there, because who knows at this point. Life changes so quickly and things can evolve out of nowhere. Currently I'm living in West Sussex and I'm loving it. I don't know what it is. I don't really enjoy being in a really like stressful environment. I find London is quite an intense place. I lived in Kingston, which I get mocked all the time. People are like, that's not London, that's literally Surrey, but it was on the border, guys. And I even found that to be quite intense because there wasn't much space. And I know that's ironic when there's like Richmond Park around the corner and lovely places in Kingston to go for walks, but I don't know what it is. I find London to be just quite overwhelming. And when you live in the countryside, like I have for my entire life, it's really hard to adjust to that and get used to sirens and noises and cars, and the noises actually from buses. Like when I lived in Kingston, I lived really close to a roundabout, and all I heard were buses all night long, all day long, and like police cars and ambulances. So it's just something that I've never really thought would be me. I'm not going to rule it out though, because anything can happen, and life is really moving very quickly, so who knows. But for now, I think I'm going to be staying put in the countryside. I love it. I can commute in, I've got the flexible hours. I'm really enjoying as well being close to my family and just being with them, but I would never rule out moving to a city, just probably not London. So that probably answers the question. Ooh, the next question is, do you have plans to get any more treatments done? I watched your vlog about Botox. So currently, I think I'm going to be sticking to the Botox just because the results are incredible for me. I love them. I did recently, well, I say recently, maybe like 3 months ago, maybe longer, I had Botox done again in my forehead. There is a bit of movement there, it is coming back, so I will need to get a top up. But yeah, I really enjoy the effects of Botox. I'm not saying people my age need to go and get Botox done, but it's something that I love the effects of. I feel like it looks great, and it's not a major treatment. It's not something that's impacting my face dramatically. People, the average person that meets me probably doesn't know I've had it done. So it's one of those things, it's a very subtle tweakment. I did have my cheeks done, and I did have jawline filler last year, about a year ago now. Gosh, yeah, end of July last year. So that's probably worn away now. But I did really enjoy the effects of the cheek and jawline filler. I'd probably have it done again in the future, but for now I'm really just sticking to the Botox. If you are thinking about getting it done, check out one of my vlogs. I think I've got a video as well on my IGTV on Instagram. Yes, I do, about the treatments that I had done last year, so I'll link that all below for you if you are interested. But I love the results of it. I think it's made a real difference to my face, and I'm a very expressive person, so just to kind of mute it a little bit and control it has been very beneficial. The next question that I received was kind of dating related. Now I'm very excited about this question. Outfit inspo for a first date, help. I love that. Right guys, I think for me, I'd rather dress on the dressier side of things. It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. Don't think about it too much. Obviously reflect your personal style, but make the effort. Like, I'd hope that the guy would make the effort as well. So dressing in something new, or just something that you really enjoy wearing. If it's like your favorite dress or your favorite top and trouser combo, that is the best way to go, guys. Something you feel confident in. For me, I really enjoy like a bodysuit and smart trousers, and then a sort of smallish heel. Again, the reason why I say smallish heel is you don't know how dressy they're going to go. So if you've got like a small midi heel, it's you making an effort, but you're not going like all out crazy. It's not too far. And also it's quite good for just gauging their height. I don't know, depends if you've met them before. If it's a first date and you've never met them, then you might not know their height. So bear that in mind if that's something that bothers you. But yeah, I think dressing for yourself is the most important thing. Reflect your personality, and make sure you're dressing powerfully, like feel confident in yourself, and that will really reflect in the date as well. Another love question is, do you believe in love at first sight? I really like this question because I think lots of people have different opinions. I personally believe that you can have love at first sight, it's just to an extent. I think I've had experiences before where I've met someone for the first time and there's just been like that initial like wave of a spark and maybe like a bit of eye contact, and it's like knowing that person is a bit of you, or somebody that you'd like to get to know more or date. I think sometimes you just know it. So in some ways that could be love at first sight, but I don't know if I've ever had the experience of like seeing someone for the first time and going, oh my gosh, I'm in love with them. Like, that's quite intense. Not to say that it doesn't happen, I'm sure it does, but it just hasn't happened to me. So yeah, I think I've seen people and gone, wow, like they're really good looking, or they've got twinkly eyes, or like a nice smile, that type of thing. But yeah, I guess it's really subjective. Some people haven't had that experience, which is a shame really, because I think sometimes you just know, like I feel like I know with people if they're going to be significant in my life or not. But yeah, I think that's a really cute, sweet question. That brings me on to my next question, which is, how is the love life going? Any dating going on at the moment? I don't know how much to reveal. I'm not gonna say I haven't been dating, because that would be a lie, but I'm gonna keep my cards quite close to my chest with this one, and not say too much. Who knows, we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoy dating, and I think if you guys are nervous to date or get back into dating, don't be, just kind of take the plunge. You never know how the date's gonna go. Like if it goes bad, it goes bad. You've learned something. You've dipped your toes in and you've eased yourself back in. But if it goes really well, like better than you thought, then that can be sort of life-changing as well. It can really boost your confidence and make you feel good. So my advice would just be, get out there. And I know that really wasn't the question. Little journalist tip there, just twisting the question slightly. Yeah, I'm definitely open to dating and enjoying it. So the last question that I have is, have your manifestations been coming true? Now, I love this question and I really wanted to finish on it because it's so reflective. And I've not been doing much reflection as of late, just because I've been really busy. I would say that I've been having manifestations come true, and it's quite freaky when things happen so slyly and smoothly that you don't even realize you've written that particular thing down, or you had that goal in mind. And I think that's why it's so important to have somewhere to store your goals, like a scripting journal, or to have a vision board, because it's very easy to forget the things that you set intention for and you kind of manifested over. You let the thing go, and that is when those things come into your life, and it's important to look back. So for me, I always keep my scripting and everything together. I can look back on things, and I was kind of flicking through recently and realized that a lot of goals and things that I've been wanting to achieve have come true to the nth degree. And I think a really easy example, just off the top of my head, is I've been thinking about my social media, and I know I haven't been putting a lot of emphasis on it lately, but it's been kind of stuck at 10.3k. Now, I feel like every time I talk about manifestation, I talk about Instagram followers. It doesn't have to be that shallow, but I just kind of want to use it as a example that's quite tangible. But I essentially had 10.3, and it's been at 10.3 for months. Ever since I hit 10k, it kind of jumped up to 10.3 and it's not moved. I recently was kind of flicking through my scripting journal, and I realized that I had superimposed and kind of photoshopped 10.3k onto my Instagram and just printed it out. Guys, the reason my manifestation, my next like phase of the manifestation hadn't been coming true is because I'd literally left it at the 10.3. I'd actualized my goal and I wasn't thinking about the next phase and the next step. So sometimes things can happen and come into your life and you've completely forgotten about it. So having a journal or somewhere to dump those dreams and goals and thoughts, you'll be able to reflect and have that like, oh my goodness, that's actually coming into my life right now, or I can see something starting to unfold and it's looking like it's going to lead me to my goal. Having that is just going to make you feel so much more excited and grateful as well, like showing gratitude for the things you have received, the blessings you have received in your life. And I guess that's what I've been doing as of late. I've been looking back and just realizing, wow, there's lots to be grateful for. And even though I'm someone who sets lots of goals for myself and is always moving and going forward, sometimes it's important just to sit and be like, wow, things are moving and happening for me. So yes, I would say that my manifestations have been coming true. And don't forget, guys, that things don't have to happen instantly for them to be successful. And I recently did a video on that, which I will link in the suggested as well, because I think it's a really important message if you're disheartened and you're wondering why your manifestation hasn't come into your life. Sometimes it just takes a bit of time. So that is where I'm going to leave this video today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've loved chatting to you all and catching up. Hopefully there'll be lots of new videos coming real soon as well. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you have any other video ideas or you want to see something specific, whether that's for fashion, lifestyle or manifestation content. I'm all ears and I want to hear it from you guys. So thank you so much, guys. Subscribe if you're new and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.